In my last short, I talked about how the climax of your book should probably match the rest of your book, but then it should also match your characters. And what I mean by that is they should all be involved. Yes, all your major characters should be actively involved in the climax. And that does not mean just standing in the background watching it going, interesting. No, they need to be impacting the events and being impacted by the events. One of the exercises I like to do is if a climax is feeling unfulfilling, I will go through and imagine the events, but without one of the characters. Like, just cut one of the major characters. And if it ends the exact same way without that character, I've done something wrong. But there is an exception to this. You can have a major character who already finished their character arc by the time you got to the climax. Like, yeah, they had their own personal climax about 100 pages ago. But I will warn you, if you do this, you need to make sure that their climax is very clearly a climax, but also it's running the risk of feeling slightly incohesive. And so quite often, yeah, you do want to try to get their character arc to end when everybody else's does. And if it doesn't, then you still need to find a way to work them into the climax if at all possible. And failing that, it needs to be thematically or emotionally relevant that they're not there. It needs to be very clear that it's a choice that you have made and not that you forgot one of them was not there. But there's one more thing I want to talk about climaxes, and that is change. And we'll talk about that in the next short.